Guys, it's Aileen here again with your life coaching tips and projects and such. It's April 25th, and I'm going to give you your first action steps today. Number one first action step, and this is, I believe, the most important one, is that I would love you guys all to get a binder um, that you can do, keep track of all the stuff that we talk about. Um, and continue on. If you wanted to get some life coaching books, there's some great ones I can suggest to you. Life Coaching for Dummies is a really good one. Coach Yourself to Success is another great one. I am going to be talking about the key points that those books discuss. So if you don't want to invest more time, you can get the best of those books right here. But it is very important to have a binder where you put it. Mine, I personalized it. It says Dream It, Plan It, Live It, Life 101. And my tabs are, you can see there, career, creative, fun and adventure, health and body, spiritual, um, personal space, relationships, and money and debt. Um, you do not have to use the same tabs. You can separate them out more. You can use a few of those, add your own. You can have less. You can put dividers in there and don't fill out the tabs right now if you want to. Just kind of wait until you see what you focus on more in these sessions and what you want to work on the most. It's just really important to have a binder. So you have a place to put all this stuff, to brainstorm, to work out certain things. So that's step number one. Step number two is actually a life coaching principle. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on that before I tell you what it is. In the life coaching program, we believe very strongly that in order to attract good things into your life, in order to have things that energize you and lift you up, you need to get rid of the things that drag you down and pull energy from you. So step number one is I want you guys to list all of the things in your life that you put up with, that you tolerate, that annoy you, that leave you feeling drained and negative. And I also want you to list things that are addictions in your life. Now, these can be obvious ones, or they can be ones that you might not think of. You could have a food addiction, you could have a shopping addiction, you could have anything that controls you is an addiction. So I want you to list those. So list the things that you tolerate and list the things that you are addicted to. The tolerate list should be pretty easy. You're going to go through it one by one, and you're going to take the ones that you can tackle right now, and you're going to start getting rid of those. If you tolerate always having a full trash can at your office, because you've got a really little trash can, the solution to that would be get a bigger trash can. Obviously, you're still going to have to take out that trash, but it's not going to be full every day. It's going to be once a week instead of once a day. Easy fix. And you're not going to be thinking about it. It's not going to be taking up negative space. Yeah, if you are like me and you do not sleep well at night, and you like to sleep in, you might be tolerating waking up early for work. A solution for that, if you can handle, if you have the space in your schedule to do so, would be to shift your availability at work. Where if you're available from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening, you can change that. Be available from noon until 10. You still have the same amount of hours there, but you're going to allow yourself time to sleep in. That for me was a huge thing. So I want you to make that list. Tolerances, and I want you to start knocking them off. Obviously, there are going to be things that you can't take care of right away. We all have those annoyances that have a little bit of work. An annoyance of mine is never having enough gas in the car. Obviously, that has to do with not having enough money to fill up the tank all the time. So I'm working on that, but it's not something that happens overnight. You don't start making more money overnight. not usually anyways. And then with those addictions, I would like you guys to add positive activities or habits to counteract those addictions. Obviously, you're not going to be stopping them overnight. An addiction is, by definition, something that has control over you, and it's not easy to just break. But you can substitute those things with something positive. If you have a shopping addiction because it makes you feel good to buy new things, your positive might be exercising. Maybe every time you feel like going out and shopping, you could go to a gym instead, or pop in a workout DVD, or go for a walk with a friend. That is an example of taking a positive activity and replacing one of those addictions. So this again is an effort to clear the things that take up negative space, that drain the energy from us, in preparation for all the good things that we're going to add into. Um, so that's it for today. I want you to get a binder and write those lists, and then you're going to take some action steps towards eliminating the things on that list. And that's all for today. I will have some more action steps for you next time. Have a great day. Hey guys, I have a couple of book recommendations for you. If you're interested in getting deeper into the topic of life coaching, I've read all of these books and will personally recommend them. I've read a lot, and there are a lot that I don't like, but these ones are my top favorites. So we're going to start with Life Coaching for Dummies. Self-explanatory. If you're familiar at all with the Dummies series, you know how to read this book. Otherwise, there's a little index in the front that tells you how to read this book. It's really self-explanatory. A kindergartner could probably do this book. Well, maybe not. They have to read first, but yeah, other than that. Coach Yourself to Success. This is probably my favorite on the topic of life coaching. It's written by the president of Coach University, where I plan to get my education as a life coach. She takes her top 100 tips and goes into those deeper. It's a really, really good book. Not one to read lightly. You have to actually. There are lots of action steps in here, and a lot of the videos that I'm going to do are based on a lot of what she talks about in here. Another one is called Renaissance Soul, and this is a must-read for me. I read it every year. It's an amazing book. If you are one of those people who has 100 different interests, who can't necessarily pick one thing and settle into that, and maybe frustrates you about yourself, this is an amazing book. I would recommend it. Let's see. God-given, God-driven. Obviously, if you're not a believer, this is not a book for you. But it's really good. It puts a different perspective on the whole life coach, showing you that it's not new age. God Himself built in us the potential and the capacity to do so much more than what we're doing. So this is a really good book for that. Not Just a Living. This is for those of you who have entrepreneurial tendencies in you. This shows you how to take your lifestyle and turn it into a career. It's a little bit off base as a life coaching topic, but it ties in really nicely with the rest. And this one is called Your Whole Life. It's really good for diet and exercise, but she kind of approaches that from the side of life coaching. So she's not going to give you just what you would get in a normal diet and exercise book. It just has a really lot of good things. Again, this is another Christian book, so if you're not a believer, you want to stay away from this one because it's got a lot of scriptural references and such. But if you are a believer or the scriptures don't bother you, this is an amazing book too. Just kind of gives you a different perspective on the whole healthy living thing. So yeah, those are the book recommendations I have for you. Again, those are if you want to take a different pace or if you want to dig a little deeper into the life coaching thing. Those are personal recommendations from me.